Hey y'all, it's Jada. I'm back at you with another video, and today we are going to be doing an edit turning a Disney princess into a modern day girl. For this video, I am using the Procreate mobile app. It was $5, but it's really good and was worth it. So let's get right into the video. So the first thing I'm going to start off with is her hair. I'm going to get the color black because that's what it naturally is and it'll be easier to blend. Just testing out the color here. For Procreate images, normally I use the flat brush, but I normally test them out just to make sure. I ended up using the round brush. So I started shading in her hair around the edges to make a border for where I was going to color in. Did this all around her hair. I just wanted to make it thicker and longer. I filled in the right side of her head just with straight black hair to match with her natural hair. Then I evened out between the pre-made photo and the coloring I was doing just to make sure the border was even. Then I did the second side. I also drew around her chin and neck to make sure I colored in the right places. Then I started coloring in. Once I finished shading in, I started to try to take out any pointy angles in her hair to make the hair look more natural. I used the same color as her background to try and erase some of the extra hair I didn't need, and eventually it evened out like this. Then I gave her little side bangs so that I could put clips because I really like that hairstyle. Make sure your brush opacity is all the way turned up when you're drawing something that you want to be nice and thick. I experimented with some hair color, but I didn't like it, so I chose not to. And it ended up looking like this. Then I ended up doing some extra strands of hair just to my liking. You don't have to, it was just my choice. And it looked like this. Then I started doing the eyelashes, which were kind of hard to do because you couldn't zoom in a lot, but I ended up getting a whole eye done. And this is what her lashes look like. Then I decided to switch up her eyebrows because they were looking a little weird. I just erased them by using the eyedropper and matching the color of her skin to erase them away, because Lord Jesus. So then I redrew her eyebrows to the shape of my liking, which was more of an arch instead of a semicircle. Honestly, at this point, anything would be better than those eyebrows. But I finished her eyebrows and I was actually very proud of myself because I was doing really well on her face. And then this is where it all goes wrong. I started erasing her lips so that I could redo them, but I've never been good at drawing lips, so the whole time I was doubting myself. Then I tried drawing her lips on, which, trust me, was a mistake. I don't know what those are. I kept redrawing them because I had no idea what I was doing, and that is extremely obvious right now. Here was my first attempt at completely finishing the lips, but I ended up deleting the whole thing. I decided to keep her lips but just put a little twist on them. I thickened them using a brush and I just completely filled them in. For me, her lips were like really dull, so I decided to use a brighter color. I completely finished them. Then I outlined them with an even darker color just to make it clear. And then I filled in the little gap in between her lips. Then came her nose, and brace your eyes for the giant mistakes that I made. Like the lips, I tried to completely erase it and she looked like Voldemort for a second. Then I attempted to completely redraw the nose, and when I tell you that it looked bad, I mean it. I don't even know what this is, so I just deleted it. Then I figured out how to duplicate it so that I could move it slightly higher like I wanted to. So I cut it out and then I pressed the duplicate button and then I moved it a little bit higher. Then I colored over her bottom nose so that you couldn't see it anymore. And she looked like this. I'm not gonna say it was bad, but I'm not gonna say it was good. Now it was time for the clothes, so I decided to completely draw over her skin to make it more even, and then I made her shoulders slightly bigger so that the clothes could fit on top. And eventually I finished and I was ready to put on the clothes. I decided to make her have on a blue tank top that I thought would go really well with her hair. I drew on the straps to her extra shoulder that I added, and I ended up somehow making a second shoulder appear out of nowhere. I don't know how that happened. But anyway, then I started to form the shirt, and then I started to fill it in a little. I decided some golden earrings would go really well with this outfit, so I drew on a hoop and 2 studs. And to finish it off, I decided to draw 2 clips or 3 clips. This is what she looked like. It wasn't too bad. I definitely want to learn how to draw lips so that for next time I can do that. I am glad that I added those extra strands of hair and the jewelry, and I also really like the top. So thanks for watching. Beginning and end.